Churches and their campuses are not public accommodations, and the city of Des Peres ordinance infringes on the freedom of religion. Brad Dacus with the Pacific Justice Institute joins us with more on the case and the significance of the judge's ruling. Brad, your organization helped to represent the churches and the faith-based groups. Tell us why they felt so threatened by this non-discrimination ordinance.
Now, this basically, Heather, was the government coming in and telling churches who they could hire, who they could not hire, that they had to compromise their religious beliefs and convictions regarding people working for their church. So if an employee came out in the church and said, yeah, I have a same-sex sexual partner, this would prevent the church from letting that employee go in order to maintain the beliefs and the convictions the church has based on Scripture. This would be a terrible government intrusion, a violation of a real separation of church and state that was intended, which is to protect churches from such government intrusion and oppression. So this is a very important case, a very important win that we hope will send a signal to other cities not to attempt to oppress churches the way the city of Des Peres attempted to.
Well, I have to ask you, because you cover this kind of thing, not cover, but you're involved in these kind of cases. Have you ever seen before a local jurisdiction telling a church or another group, you are a public accommodation and you have to comply with our non-discrimination ordinance?
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this, and this is important because what they're alleging was that because churches open their doors to anyone who wants to come and attend a church service, or because a church is serving the poor and the homeless, well, that makes them a public accommodation. Of course, we said no. Churches don't surrender their First Amendment rights of the free exercise of religion simply because they open their doors to people outside and serve people in the community. That would be a terrible travesty and precedent. We at Pacific Justice Institute, we actually warned the city ahead of time. We gave them the legal documents ahead of time, saying this was unconstitutional. They still adopted it. They still refused to back down. We had to go to court. And we are willing, make no mistake, to take these cities on anywhere in the country where they intrude upon the rights of churches. We just won a case in San Rafael where the city of San Rafael...
Let me just intersect for a minute here. Brad, what are you expecting in terms of this case and perhaps other cases around the country? What do you think will happen here now that the judge has taken this action?
I think other cities will learn from this, hopefully, Heather, that this is not the way to go for them without having to face a lawsuit and lose. There will still be some cities attempting to do this in other jurisdictions. This isn't binding legally on jurisdictions across the country, but it is a shot fired that they will take note of, and I think will be very helpful as we move forward. By the way, if anyone wants to keep up with this and other cases like this, we have over 30 in active litigation right now. They can sign up to get our newsletter for free at our website, pacificjustice.org, pacificjustice.org. We love to keep people updated. And
all right, well, Brad Dacus, we are out of time right now, but thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. The president of Liberty University is defending the school after an MSN